KaiPettifer here, and welcome back! I'm here with Elsa to go review the new DJI, it's actually not new at all, to go review the DJI Osmo Mobile. So, the device itself. There you go. You wouldn't mind just it's okay. Okay, the device itself. It comes with this little neat carrying pouch, and inside you're going to find essentially the gimbal itself and a power cable with the battery already inside. So it charges via essentially USB to 3.5 millimeter, it looks like, just like a headphone cable. It just plugs in right here on the side, and the battery itself, however, is right in the bottom of the thing. You just have to flick a little lever and it will open. You can pop out the battery. They look like this. They're fairly small, like 1.5 times the size of like a 9-volt-ish. So we'll put that in. The cool thing about the Osmo Mobile is that it can balance a very large variety of devices, from more medium-sized ones like this Galaxy S7 to absolutely ginormous ones like the Galaxy S8 Plus. This thing is ginormous, but it still works with this. To balance it, all you want to do is set it down and be sure to insert the phone into this the correct way with the home button, if you will, even though most phones don't have a home button nowadays, portion of the phone closest to the other motor. You can then turn the wheel on the back to tighten it, and you can see the phone will sit in. Obviously it's not balanced at this point, so we must balance it. To balance it is basically as simple as turning this one knob on this one lever part of it to get the phone to stay close to upright. With a bigger phone like this, it's difficult to get perfect. There we go, that's decent enough. Then, with the phone in like this, we can go ahead and power on the device by flicking this switch down and holding it for about a second, second and a half. As you can see, it snaps to life, and your phone is now being supported. That's literally all you need to do to get it started. Very easy. If the gimbal is not balanced very well, turning it off can be a rather scary experience. Now, of course, this could be all you need to do. You could just turn on the camera app in the phone, and there you go. DJI, however, has another feature through this, and it's through the DJI Go app. So, let's open that now. Okay, upon launching the app, you're going to see essentially a connect your device screen. You'll have to scroll over to find the device you actually want to connect. In this case, of course, the Osmo Mobile. Right here. And then making sure that Bluetooth is enabled on the device you're using, click connect. And you're just going to have to wait for a second for it to actually find the device. So as you can see, you now have, basically it looks very similar to whatever photo camera app you have on your phone, with a couple other very cool features, particularly the time lapses. So you see, there's actually 3 types here: time lapse, hyperlapse, and motion lapse, or as they have it here, hi Elsa, I know you want attention, I'm doing this right now though. And motion time-lapse, which is where essentially you would stay down and just pan and tilt itself to create movement. These are pretty self-explanatory to most people. A time-lapse is where the device just stays still and does a series of frames sped up. A hyperlapse is where the device is actually moving. And then the motion time-lapse, I already explained it, is when the device is panning and tilting. Other than that, you have a bunch of other controls here. Just looking through the device here, if you click on the settings, you have a live stream, which is cool if you're doing, it's supposed to be like Instagram Live or Facebook Live, if anyone does that nowadays. You also have the option to flip the camera, again, just like any other Photos app, so you can vlog on this thing, as you can see I'm doing right now. Another good tip for using this is you can recenter the phone if it's like off axis or something by just tapping the trigger on the end right here twice. It's pretty balanced, so it's not going to do anything there. One other important thing to know with use is you actually can move the phone by simply using the joystick on board that is for panning, tilting, up and down, left and right, all the directions. However, this is not to say that you can't tilt other ways, as it will actually follow the device as you just turn it around. Much like the default setting on a Zion crane. Although, personally, I don't like the setting. But for this, it's fine. For this, it's fine. Hi, Elsa. Another thing that's worthwhile to mention with this here device is that while it is pretty cool on its own with the features, you know, the joystick, panning and tilting, you have more than enough to create some decent videos on your own, but you definitely want to invest in a couple of extra pieces. Unfortunately, I don't have them here today, so through the magic of video editing, I mean, I still can't use them, so it doesn't really matter. The main thing you're probably going to want is the tripod, and I believe there's also, it's a tripod and extension rod, although they may be two different things. So you can set it up, and that's going to be very useful for things like the motion time-lapse, because you don't need to hold it kind of straight in order to actually do it. The extension rod would be very useful if you're actually vlogging with it, because, of course, you want it generally to be farther away from your face. Although, truthfully, this seems fine. I mean, it's not that far from my face. This could totally work. Another cool thing within the app is you can see both the battery life of the gimbal and the battery life of your phone. Although not the most useful thing, it is nice to be able to see both. Also, here on the gimbal itself, it will show you when you're recording via a blinking red light. Another resource I would recommend for anyone who is in the market for purchasing one of these things would definitely be the DJI Tutorials YouTube channel. They have a playlist for this that shows how to, a more in-depth way of putting your phone in, locking it, using it, as well as a bunch of techniques you can use to get, you know, cinematic moves. What else they do? They do how to use all the time-lapse features more in depth. They do how to walk with the gimbal, which is actually more important. Than you think, because just walking like this, well, while it most certainly works, and this thing is actually pretty smooth, it's much smoother if you're able to walk and bend your knees more, do stuff like that. Something that anyone who has a gimbal will know. When it comes to video editing, you essentially have three options. You can either A, edit the videos automatically within DJI's app. There's an automatic edit feature. In practice, it's worked. It's okay, I guess. Alternatively, you can edit it manually within the app, and then as a third option, you can download the footage to your computer and edit it that way. That option C is obviously my preferred method, and that is what the clips you are going to see at the end of this video were edited using. One other major pro about this device is that it costs about $100, which is really cheap for a gimbal. It used to be a lot more, but I think with competitors such as the Zion Smooth Q, they've had to drop the price significantly. Overall, I would say this is a great device for anyone who really does want to make... Overall, I would say this is a great device for anyone who wants to make videos, have them... God damn it, I can't freaking talk. Overall, I would say that this is a great device for anyone that wants to make videos on the cheap and doesn't really want to get too involved with a lot of manual controls with something like, well, like a DSLR. I mean, this is mirrorless, but you get what I mean. Well, this concludes the review, unboxing, and setup portion of this video. I would like to end with some footage captured on this phone, the Galaxy S8 Plus, that was filmed with this gimbal and edited by me with light color correction because I don't really like the look of this phone's footage. But yeah, that's it. So you can see how smooth the shots are, all that stuff. Anyways, I'm Kai, bye for now, and see you in the next video.
I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric wavy when I turn it on. Off from my city, off from my home. We're flying up, no ceiling when we in our zone. I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my